First, we started with 16 of the best bourbons. None over 50% ABV, no bottled in bonds. Each bourbon was then poured into its own 4-ounce sample bottle. Scott then assigned a number 1 through 16 to each of the sample bottles, keeping a master list. Scott then handed the bottles to Bart, who saw the number and assigned a random letter to each of the bottles, keeping his own list of what number became what letter. We then shuffled randomly the 16 4-ounce sample bottles and pulled them out 4 at a time to make 4 brackets of 4 samples. Stay tuned and find out which wins.
Hey, it's the Scotch test.
Now, go.
Hey, it's the Scotch test dummies, and we're pushing forward with bracket 4.
We're shooting 2 in a row.
We said we weren't going to do it. We said we weren't going to do it, and then we're like, we're under crunch time. We got to get it done. We haven't changed shirts. We haven't done nothing.
We made a decision, and we're going to. If we're going to air, we're going to air boldly.
Boom, just like last time. We also didn't have enough coins to cover it because we only planned on shooting.
Well, we got more there at my house.
Yeah. There's a lot more coins, but
we only had
bring them all
6
over.
coins left here. So when we go to sell coins, there's only 6 coins per bracket. 4, so they're more valuable.
And to follow Scott's lead, we got L as in Lima, F as in Foxtrot, B as in Bravo, K as in Kilo.
That's it.
That's the NATO.
We are also doing this. This is the first time we've gotten together since the 12 Hours of Boom, which we thought went off superbly.
Yeah.
The couple minor small glitches,
Expected.
like starting with the microphone muted.
Right. Well, that was a little bit more than that, though. We had our better microphone out, and it was picking up some weird noises.
Had a little tinnitus going.
Right. So literally, like a minute before we go live, he yanks it. He aired, or if he aired it, you're bullied. He's like, "Done. It's out. Click. We're going internal." And he made a shift.
Like I changed in the settings. Yeah.
Right.
And
you had to do it on
in
YouTube as well.
Google Hangouts.
That was it. Yeah. And so we're going, people are like, we can't hear you, and then you quickly remedied it.
Luckily, you had the comments up, too.
That is true, because that would have been terrible.
So this is bracket 4 of our 16 blind bourbon shootout. We've made our advances. You guys are seeing what these are. We don't know.
We made our advances. I was like, hello, D.
He likes the D.
Would you like to hang out with someone that's 6'6"? I like the D. That's terrible.
Let's start with L. We're gonna we'll go down the line, work on our nose here. That was kind of
It was a little off-putting. Actually.
Yeah, well, it dissipated quickly at first because of the coin being on there. It was pretty strong, but it was mainly like an alcohol burn more than anything, almost like a nail polish.
I got like a mustiness, almost like, and I don't mean this in a horrible way, but kind of like if you've had maybe some laundry sitting for a bit and it gets a little musty. Nothing bad, but it surprised me.
A sweetness. There's a sweetness in there, and kind of a wet wood.
I think it's that wetness. I get a little cinnamon. And
a little bit.
A little graham cracker.
Nothing. The nose is not really that great on it. Pretty mild.
It is mild, but I get a cinnamon graham cracker.
A little vanilla cream. I'm going to take my coin and move it down.
That's what I did as well.
You go for the back of the hand.
I do both. And then strong exhalation through the nose.
Now we're moving on to F. Frank?
Or Foxtrot.
Foxtrot, that's right.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's a
pleasant,
stronger bourbon nose.
I get vanilla candy.
Caramel.
Almost a vanilla extract.
That's a good bourbon nose. Definitely more pungent than L.
Vanilla is strong with this one. I get primarily vanilla. It's like a vanilla.
Vanilla bean again?
Actually, yeah, I do get vanilla bean.
Yep.
It's that strong, rich, sweet vanilla. That is prominent with F. Foxtrot. I'm going to cap that one because I want to experience that first smell again. That surprised me.
Yeah. I'll try that too. Going to B-Boy. B-Boy.
Bravo. Oh,
Boy Bravo.
hold on. What is that?
That's the smell of the fart acting.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
hold on. I got something there.
What TV show is that from?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I gotta cap this again.
Well,
I got something at the beginning that was like a.
Nothing different. Almost more of a caramel cream.
You know
Nothing
what?
spicy.
It was
A
almost
sweetness.
It's almost like a sugary sweet cereal, like a kid's cereal.
Yeah.
With that milk in there, kind of like when you used to have like, trying to think, like a Captain Crunch, and God, I love being a kid. You'd eat basically what was sugar with puffed wheat, but you'd eat your Captain Crunch, and then I'd have that sugary sweet milk at the end. That's kind of what I'm getting here.
Now, how about when you eat Lucky Charms? I would eat all the cereal and leave the marshmallows
No,
for the end.
I fished
And
the
then eat the
marshmallows out
marshmallows.
with the spoon like a surgeon. All right? Like a surgeon. And then I would even try to separate them by color. And every once in a while, you'd have one of those marshmallows that was held down by one of the oat cereal pieces, so that it was like hiding. And I would pretend like I was the monster searching for it. And I was always curious what color lives last. Blue diamonds. Blue diamonds usually could hide better. I would literally be like, I got all them marshmallows, the last one, and then bloop, and I was like, oh! There was a hiding one in there, sorry.
Go back to L real quick and tell me right off the nose what you get first thing. I just got it. I didn't get it before.
That was a great cereal story I just
I know.
told. Oh. Grain. Sour grain.
That's not what I was getting.
I got a touch of sour grain right on the get-go.
Rye. Rye just jumped out at me. A sweet
I think
dill.
a little dill. I don't get so.
Yeah.
I get a sour grain note. I mean, not horrible. And I think I can see what you're saying with dill or the rye, but I get a sour grain.
Back to B-Boy. B-Boy's a good nose,
Blue
but
diamonds.
nothing different too much about it.
No, I got a whole
But it's
cereal.
a good bourbon
I went
nose.
back to Saturday with Hanna-Barbera. What's Hanna-Barbera?
Well, that was the company that owned several
Lots,
cartoons.
Lots.
But Flintstones was the
Thundercats.
main one I remember.
And Thundercats, I believe. And I love
Okay.
Thundercats. Sorry.
K's a good nose.
I'm still experiencing B. B's getting high marks because you took me back to age 8.
Bart doesn't know when to quit telling a story. I gotta get him moving on.
I don't think so.
You'd still be talking about blue diamonds.
I
and
think
hadn't
that's
moved
why
you
they
on.
tune in. They tune in for the flavor.
You give him like a little teaser and you mention it, and then you gotta move on.
I would prefer to dive deep.
You linger.
I linger and dive. I dove. I even remembered Blue Diamonds
Yeah.
in The Survivor. And that's
see, I
been
can't
gone.
tell you
That's
that.
been gone for decades. And all of a sudden I was back there. That's the magic of whiskey. I'm telling you. It really, really is. I mean, I remember suddenly that
Okay.
you brought up Lucky Charms, matter of fact. I was on Captain Crunch.
K has something different going on. Mild bourbon nose, and then there's something else alongside it. It's like 50% bourbon, 50% something else. K. Oh, and that's on K.
I just get a sweet corn. A little bit of
It's
floral.
sweet, floral.
And a little bit of oak. And I gotta tell you, nose-wise, nose-wise, the sugar-sweet grain of my childhood cereal, and it's still there.
I'm thinking. Oh, I'm not seeing them.
I just love what it did.
Let me go through.
I just love what it did. Hold on, let me check. Yeah. Wood, a little sweetness underneath there. I didn't get the sourness as much as it's that woody note.
Going in on the palate. Palate on Lima.
That
Mild, sweet dill, rye. I have an inkling of what this one is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I got a wood burst, then the rye, then back to a soft, wet deck wood, moving into caramel, toffee, and more toffee.
40%er.
The nose totally matched the flavor on the first burst.
You want to guess on what you think it is?
No idea. I'm so lost with these. I just spit it. I apologize. As far as putting a name to a drink, I can't even get in the realm. I'm so out in the weeds.
I'm telling you, nothing standing up, jumping out. It's good.
Wood.
It's smooth. Almost reminds me of a Canadian whiskey.
Dare I say oakiness?
40%. Smooth, light bourbon notes, light rye notes. I don't tell you what I think it is, 'cause I don't want to influence you.
Please don't. And
I'm going on to F too.
I gotta tell you, I'm thinking of them in letters now. I can barely even remember everything that's in here.
Oh.
It's hard for you to believe that, probably. I would probably only get 50% correct if you told me to write down what we were even tasting.
Ooh. F is good. F. What? Foxtrot.
Sound like you were saying effing's good.
F is good.
Thank you. Sparky. Cinnamon. The spark is an alcohol spark on the forefront. I get a nice mouth coating, bit of a velvety feel, lingering out with cola. Cola and vanilla cream.
Heavy vanilla.
I mean, again, we call those bourbon notes, but I really want to hit on kind of how they're influenced here. I mean, that's lingering. It's still there. That's a nice one.
F.
Yeah.
Foxtrot.
Yeah. The vanilla's lingering.
Decent. It's a step above L, if you ask me. But I think something may. I mean, But I think there's something here better. It's not bad, but still. Oak, cinnamon, vanilla cream. It's a bourbon. 45% maybe.
Just checking our time there, making sure we weren't going over. I forgot to check last time. You're on B? Get a bit of a dill note. It's soft though. Yep. And then it moves into a wet wood.
B's a little bit higher ABV, a little oakier. Cinnamon.
I get an effervescence on my tongue. I had to like scrape it on my teeth. That one's got better mouthfeel. It's chunkier. It's thicker. Moves into a caramel, a slight burnt caramel flavor in the finish. You got an email came in or something?
Sorting out home car situation.
Got it.
Wife needs a car.
Good. Want to pause? No? Yeah?
And keep going. I'll see.
Okay.
I'm going to move on to Kilo. Initial impression. I've got my initial impressions up here. They're locked away.
You don't want to share? Wow.
K is good too. Yeah, let's pause.
We got to catch them up.
All right, we're back. We had to take a break. We had a family emergency come up, so we're back.
Kind of
I know I was on K.
Minor. Vehicle movement.
Yeah, kids' sport stuff and practices and
We gotta mention it though.
What?
The thing. A thing happened while we were out.
Yes.
It's got to be mentioned.
Okay.
And I think it's for you to do the mentioning. Just lay out the story.
In my haste, I jumped out of the vehicle to leave with the wife.
So you're jumping out of the car,
and I
was going to pick you up.
We talked of earlier today. We were whiskey shopping. I dropped
What
one
did
of my bottles.
You dropped the bottle, so you had one of two bottles. What was the bottle that didn't drop?
Linkwood, Gordon and MacPhail, Linkwood 15-year.
Which we got a chance to taste. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, just what did you...
I can't say it.
If you see our first episode of the 12 Hours of Boom, Sam Spears and shared a phenomenal sample with us. You may even note from episode 3 that if you're going to err boldly, I refuse to score said sample.
From bracket 3.
Bracket 3 when we were talking here, I talked about
Reference episode 1.
Reference episode 1 of the 12 Hours of Boom, I wouldn't give my score on a sample. What did you score that sample?
97.
97. Balvenie ton, 1509, cast strength, batch 3.
Yep. Gone.
Gone. So,
probably the last bottle in town.
I have a feeling that maybe just us talking here, someone may find it somewhere. Maybe. We're talking worldwide. Okay, worldwide.
I'm sure it's still out there somewhere.
It's out there somewhere.
All right.
Contact me. Do not contact him.
No.
Contact me.
No.
Nope. Contact me if you find something out there.
K. I know I had sampled K.
Bart at ScotchTestDummies.com. Bart, B-A-R-T, at ScotchTestDummies.com. There may be none out there, but contact me. Don't contact him. Me. We're on to K. We're on to K. Nose is good. Sweet.
I will take a picture at a later time.
Corn. I will admit, I dropped a Kraganmore in your driveway, and he made a crime scene of it. $70.
Okay, cinnamon heavy. Good. Medium on the ABV.
Wow, I get a burst of flavor.
A little bit of a rye note.
Yeah, wood, dill. Great mouthfeel. I'm going to have to retouch these now, I got to tell you. A little bit of peanut. Yep.
Yeah, I would agree. Going to F.
One B.
F is a good bourbon.
F is delicious. It's creamy, it's smoother.
Yeah. 43, 45%er. Hides it fairly well.
I haven't had L covered, I can tell.
You what?
L wasn't covered.
Oh.
I get a real nutty flavor from L. I'm disqualifying it now. It's not because it was out. I actually left that off because I didn't plan on even going back to it. Well, hold on. Let me be completely fair and put a drop of water in everything.
L was the lightest moving through these.
Yeah.
And I was pretty sure it would be. I could tell.
Okay, you could tell. But
and I have an inkling of what it is.
Really?
Well, it's 1 of 2, but I know 1 of 3.
I'm serious when I tell you,
sure.
If you gave me a pop quiz, I only think I could name 8.
What?
50% of what we're even is in the batch here. You kind of set it up. You kind of mix-mastered it. I'm going to let these float around. I'm going to let them air a little bit. I'm going to have I had a little bit too much oat cake last time. I'm going to only have a wee bit of oat cake.
Yeah, L is definitely the lightest. I'm going to rule that one out.
You know, our buddy Brent J. dropped a bottle of Balvenie 14 in my driveway, but he dropped it in a way that it just cracked in half, and he literally brought in like the lower third of it, and he rang the bell, and I answered it, and he's holding this. It looked like he'd just been in a gang street fight from 1958, but he'd saved the liquid. We ended up straining that and saved a little bit. Sorry, it's 100 degrees out. The air just came on.
I think I'm still more in shock.
I think you are. Contact me, Bart at ScotchTestDummies.com. Is it at? No, it's Bart. Scotch. Yeah, Bart at ScotchTestDummies.com.
Yeah.
If you know where it is. Not asking for a gift. Just let me know where it is. All right, we're going to do a little rapid fire in reverse.
Pour me just a little bit more F, just in case I need it. It's getting low. Again, I'm still excited to see what we're favoring, what's coming out on these, because we don't know. You guys are seeing it, we don't. This is our fourth bracket. We still don't know what's been advanced forward. We're going to go through the championship without a clue. We're going to pick out our favorite, and then we're going to pen to paper. And
I've got it.
You've got your favorite?
God, it's close, but I got it. Hold on. I'm not going to reveal to you, but it's down to 2. I want to say I'm leaning toward 1. But we're going to do a little cleansing, and I'm going to just do those 2. You guys will see it.
Okay, these are all good. These 3.
Good aftertaste.
I mean,
good finish.
They're all good. K, I just tasted K.
A little bit more of this.
Good bourbon. Going on to B.
Doing a Miyagi thing.
K and B are pretty similar.
Daniel's son. You know the guy that whoops Daniel's son, the bully in Karate Kid?
I got mine.
Oh, you remember the blonde guy in Karate Kid?
Yeah, what was it? Who was that?
I don't. Well, I could tell you.
I can't remember.
I don't remember his name, but you know who I'm talking about. All right, so I go to watch. I think it's called Where Hope Grows. My youngest son, 8, has Down syndrome. This is a movie about a Down syndrome kid called Produce. I think it's called Where Hope Grows. Bo had seen it. I wanted to go. Liz, my wife, said it's a good show. Go ahead and watch it. I want to see it. Bo was like, "No, Dad, don't watch it." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Do not watch it. Produce gets hit by a car. I cannot watch it again. It was very sad." And Seth, that's my youngest son. Bo's my 10-year-old. Seth is living with me. He will never be alone. And I'm like, oh my God. First of all, that was cute. But you never, I'd read some stuff when I was having a Down syndrome child. They said, what the stress you're feeling, because they are special needs. Seth's very good. He's doing good, but he's a little bit MR. And they said, the tendency is to tell, like, if there's an older sibling, hey, when we die, you're going to take care of your brother. Well, horrible. What did you just tell an 8-year-old? When you die, or a 10-year-old, when we die, you're going to take care of your brother. A lot of stress. They said, don't do that. So Bo's telling me this, that he's going to take care of him, and I'm like, whatever. So when they were all asleep one night, I watched it. It was great. But one of the actors in there is the blonde guy that is the main bully from Cobra Kai. And he plays a main role in there. I won't say anything more. I don't want to spoil. So, sorry, I divulged. Divulged would mean I told you something.
Children's emotions, though, go back to one of my kids. I won't tell you which one. But when he was younger, we'd watch this movie, and one of the main characters dies in it. And I think he was like 3 years old, maybe 4 at the most, starts crying. Just starts bawling at the movie because the main character died. No.
I'll tell a story on that in a little bit. Go ahead.
I don't remember what the name of it was. I can remember some of the gist of it, I think. But yeah, I mean, and we're just watching. I'm like, okay, that's a neat. And then you look over, and my son is just bawling. But just to show you the emotional impact that movies can have on the kids. All right.
Hold on. His son was 2, and I'm not lying.
No, he was older than that.
Well, not by much. Maybe he's 3. I'll say 2 to 3. I'm at his house. You had just bought Pearl Harbor. I'm going to tell you, it's not the best movie in the world. Ben Affleck's in it. But the best scene...
What's that got to do with it? It's not the best movie in the world. Ben Affleck's in it.
I don't like Ben.
Oh, you don't like Ben? I liked his Batman.
I
Really?
can't judge. I didn't go watch it. I want to see the one where he plays the spy, where they make a movie to go rescue like hostages or something. Have you seen that? I heard it's phenomenal.
No.
They do
The Accountant was good though too. He did good in it.
Oh, I heard that was terrible. Yeah, I'm not a big Affleck fan.
No, it had real good
No,
reviews.
anybody that was anybody said it was crap.
Really?
That's just But
You're making that up.
no, I liked him in Good Will Hunting.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Right.
about it. Hold on.
No,
hold
come
on.
on. Let's go. Hurry,
So,
quick.
so we're watching Pearl Harbor. His son
So-
comes in at the best spot possible, right before
That's why I think he was a little. I'm thinking he was like 4 or 5. Because
Maybe.
he comes walking in
the
and we're
plane.
sitting
No,
in
he
there.
was barely audible. I remember it was stunning to me because I had no children at the time. The planes, the Japanese planes, are attacking Pearl Harbor.
They're dropping
the
bombs.
bomb is dropping on the battleship Arizona. The camera follows the bomb,
It's showing
becomes
the bomb as it swirls down.
Right. This
Goes
bomb
through the deck.
strikes the deck of the Arizona. The unfortunate part of this, I know from my own study, is that happened to pierce the deck right where the arsenal for the Arizona was. So when it hits that, it's a cataclysmic explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy was like,
I remember that too because he comes in and he's kind of like leaning on
he's
the
just
ottoman
like-
of the chair
and he's just
sitting there.
watching. He was like, "Hey, Bartow," like only how kids can say it. Cute.
Yeah.
He came in. He wants to see his dad. Yeah, and he's watching.
He's just leaning on. Then when that bomb goes off and it lifts the ship up out
Yes.
of the water and there's this massive explosion,
Yeah.
he literally goes,
He sits up straight, like, "Oh my God, what am I watching?"
and what did he say? Do you remember what he said?
I was like, "Wow," or something.
When did this happen?
Oh yeah, that's right. When did this happen? Like he's watching a news brief.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, your kid's a genius. Because I wasn't even sure he could speak in coherent sentences. I think he was 3, dude. It was amazing. He was so little. And it was just impressive. I love kids. I just love kids. All right, I'm really torn between K and F. I'm just going to tell you.
Okay, I'm going to motion now to not influence you. Close your eyes for a second. I'm going to show the audience
I'm closed.
which one I'm picking. And
I'm close. K is deeper, richer, more flavorful. But
it's richer, deeper, and more flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to know what you're going to say here.
F is cleaner, lighter, has a crispness to it. And I'm torn between depth of flavor and like a clean line of a ship or a nice line from a 1957 Chevy. I mean, because they both are flavorful, but in their own way. This one's lighter, cleaner, refreshing. I could see me sipping on this when it's a little warmer, but I'm gonna. I mean, these are so close. I know what I'm going with, and I got it. I've got it. I don't want to influence you. Have you picked yours?
Yeah, I showed him.
K is mine.
I took F.
Okay.
And I had narrowed it down to F and K as well, probably for some of the. I just got a little bit of a rye note on this. I come back to F. There's a little bit of a char in there with it, but it's just kind of smoother and more palatable.
It is. It's smoother, the way it wraps around, but I get this oily richness. Oily's not quite right, but it's a slightly richer dram. This is one I would throw a cube in, and that's where I was thinking at. If it was like right now it's 100 degrees out, I could sip this one, but I would throw a cube in this and let the flavor transition happen. And so I went with K, but they are so close. Again, I'm thrilled you picked F because when we do the final, I want to taste at least 2 of yours, the D and the F, because I mean, I'm loving the. No, did you pick D on your last one? Whatever you picked on your last one was my other one that I thought about picking. We are so close, but D and F were good. I thought F had it, and there's just a slightly richness going on.
See, when you threw in the F, I thought you was choosing F. That's why I showed them that I'd already picked the F, or that was what I was picking. I figured that's where you was going.
But that was here.
That is the same two I had narrowed it down to, probably for the same reason. K it's very good. There's a little bit of a rye note here I'm not getting on F. It's a little spicier, but F is just really on the palate.
It is. It was amazing.
If I mean, just sitting here, I'd find myself going back to F.
Yes, that's what was amazing. I got that richer, and again, oily isn't correct, but I got a stronger mouthfeel flavor here. F shine though in almost the inverse way of lighter, smoother, both carrying a strong flavor. These are an interesting pair because I definitely feel like they're the opposite of each other. Maybe I'm going too far.
That is pretty close, probably.
But I had a hard time because I'm thinking, wow. I started to pick this, and then I touched this, and I thought, my goodness, that's just a stronger flavor.
Now, I think L, and I said it early on, I think L is the Basil Hayden's. I'm not sure if it's not about the Wild Turkey 81, but Basil Hayden's had a definite rye mash bill as well that came out on it. And that's what I'm leaning to there.
Huh.
So I don't know. We'll see.
This bracket, these two almost define bourbon for me. And I
no, there's been more. I mean, there's a lot of good bourbons in here.
But here's my deal. I want again to peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's killing me not to know what we're talking about. And that was the best part when we did the rye shootout. At the end of the store, we would reveal what they were.
Stunned, and I'd be like, "What? Pikesville? What?" Yeah. You know what?
However, that's going to come at the end.
I know.
Overall.
I know when we do the final review.
So maybe it'll be even grander.
But I hate to kill this one off because both of these.
In fact, I didn't even go through and add water to mine.
I didn't either. I don't think, or maybe I don't think I did.
These are all very good. Whatever their ABVs
I
are.
I almost hope your F wins because I love both.
Well, then why wouldn't you choose it?
K was
you're airing boldly.
No, I struck, baby. I was
That's
like,
right.
I'm going
if
for
you're
the
gonna
strike.
air boldly.
I know,
you're doing
but
it.
I was.
Boom, I might be wrong, but it's K. It's K. I love F.
When you
F is good. I think it's K.
Somehow, from your choice, F still lives slightly. It lingers. It lives.
I went back and forth there, like I say, trying to decide, and I settled on F.
Here's the other cool thing we're doing. When the show's over, we're mixing them together. And we're creating like our own bracket win.
Yep.
Which is amazing. And I almost want to drink the rest of K, but it's so strong. I want to make sure.
I got the rest of my F to finish with.
I put it in there. I will.
Oh no, you got F.
I do. I put K in there.
We're both gonna finish with F.
I'm going to stay with F because it didn't advance, but it sure darn well could have.
Moment of silence for Balvenie.
I'm so sorry,
1509.
Dude. I'm so sorry. He was giddy.
Moment of silence.
He was giddy.
Moment of silence.
I can't do it.
I was excited to find it.
You were beyond excited.
Like
you did like a little jig. You were like, "Oh, look at that! Looky that!" And then the manager came over and was like, "You want that?" And you were like, "I do." And he was like, "I'll help you out." I'm sorry.
Hey,
when you told me, I didn't believe it. I uttered a curse when you told me. You uttered a curse or two, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? I mean, it's done, so.
I know. You and I are both.
No use crying over spilt milk.
Nope, you can't. Or spilt scotch. That's beautiful. Somebody out there, help this man. Contact me, Bart at ScotchTestDummies.com. I will pay.
No.
I'm not asking for charity. Okay. There's probably none out there. Let's try some F. Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.